Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rachna Gora Gandhi, Wellness Expert MMTSL. MMTSL is Maharashtra Medical Tourism Service Limited. It's your gateway to affordable and holistic well-being of mind, body and soul. We offer you a hassle-free A to Z to A services for all your medical and wellness needs. Today, we are here to discuss a very important topic on various aspects of niche. For that, we have our very own Dr. Brijesh Yadav, orthopedic surgeon. He has done his PG in orthopedic and he is a consulting orthopedic surgeon in Wokhar Hospital, Raheja Hospital, Criticare Hospital, Tunga Hospital. He also owns his own hospital with the name Sneha Hospital in Mira Bhayandar. He is an expert fracture and joint replacement surgeon with complex revision surgeries. So, if you have any kind of queries related to your fractures, your bone issues, do comment us below. So, hello Dr. Brijesh. I'm really glad that you have removed some time of yours to come on our platform to share your insightful experience with us. Yeah, hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Rachna. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very happy on this early morning Sunday. We'll just proceed with the lecture and everything.
Yeah, thank you. And a very good morning to all of you. Okay, can you just tell me what are the probable reason for a knee joint pain or I would say discomfort and inflammation? So like अगर किसी के पैर में पेन हो रहा है, दुख रहा है घुटनों में स्पेशली सूजन है, तो क्या कारण हो सकते हैं उनके knee joint के? Do they need to worry or is it okay to be having any kind of knee joint pain or discomfort? I would say.
Okay. Look, knee pain is a very common issue. It's depend on mainly what age you are in. If you are young, the causes are different. If you are old, the causes are different. In young people, the normal causes of pain, I will explain you. First, I would like to explain you the anatomy. Means what is the knee? What knee? Knee is the combination of mainly two bones. The upper one is a femur and the lower one is a tibia. It forms the knee joint and it is a very nice hinge joint, give good stability to the body. Suppose there is a young person who is mostly involved in the biking, riding, athlete activity. In that people, the common cause of knee pain is a ligament injury or ligament sprain. Because they twist their knee, they play football, they do kabaddi. Many games are there, India, international, many games, different games. So they mostly involve their ligament injury. This is the ACL ligament, this is the lateral ligament, medial collateral, lateral collateral, and there is something called as PCL. So this ligament injury is most common in the young people, those who are involved in athletes. Now the second, old people. Old people get weak bone and their cartilage get degenerated. Then what is cartilage? I will tell you. This is the knee bone. At the joint, it is covered with the cartilage. This is called as cartilage. But in old people, due to wear and tear, the cartilage get weared out. You can see the red dots. Red dots. Yeah. These are pits. It's a dot of pit. This is the degenerated knee. So this is the cause of pain in the old people, and in young people, it is either fracture or ligamentous injury. Now, if you see some occupation-based injury, occupation-based problems like sweepers or kaam wali bai, aya bai, or someone housekeeping people, someone, mop your floor with the sitting position. So their knee get rubbed over the floor and continuous rubbing, continuous friction causes the bursitis. And that is a different kind of pain, not involve the bone, but the bursa. There is some synovial fluid. If you see, there is a gap between the knee, there is a small gap. This place is filled with a fluid called as synovial fluid, and that gives the lubrication to the joint. Lubrication to the joint. So now the knee pain. In young people, it is an injury. In old people, it is osteoarthritis or degeneration. So depend on the age, these two are the main common causes of pain. Now depend on the disease. Suppose you have rheumatoid arthritis. Suppose you have osteoporosis. Suppose you got tumor, you got infection. These are the other causes of pain. If you get rheumatoid arthritis, your knee pain will start early at the age, like 40, 45. If you get osteopenia, osteoporosis, your pain will be more than the normal people. If you got tumor, sometimes there is osteoid, osteoma, fibrosarcoma, osteosarcoma. These are the tumors of bone or metastasis. Metastasis means some tumors coming from other part of the body like breast, lung, liver, prostate, that can also sit here and that can cause pain. And the last but most common nowadays in India and other countries is obesity. If your weight is more, the knee have to bear more weight and that cause more pain. So obesity is also nowadays common cause of knee pain. So basically main pain complaints are come either injury, either osteoporotic, or you have some disease, and the last is obesity. All four are most common cause of knee pain. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, yeah. Would love to ask, like post 40, knee joint pain is very common. Is it okay to be with post 40? You have to be with the knee joint pain, or what preventive measures can be taken so that you delay this pain or you can avoid that pain? That's especially knee joint I'm talking about.
Okay, very basic question, and for general people it is very important. First and foremost, I would like to explain or inform you the preventive measures should be started before the disease sets in. People find preventive measures once they start getting pain. That's wrong, but it is common. So preventive measures, the first and most important is the regular exercise. If you do regular exercise of your joints will never repent. Your joints will never give a problem to you. The best example, if you say the marathon runner Soman, the first name I don't know. First name is
Milind Soman.
Milind.
Milind Soman.
At the age of 60 or 70, he's running marathon and he's winning the game. Why? Because he's practicing from the age of 40 or 35. So if you are doing regular exercise, you are giving strength to your knee will help you for lifelong. Otherwise, this is the fate of the all knees who are not doing the exercise. They will become spoiled. This kind of spoiledness will come. Okay, so the normal knee is this white and must and fine one, and if you don't do exercise, you will feel this kind of bad knee. So first important thing is to do regular exercise to the knee. The second is control of the weight. If your weight is much, your knee has to bear all the weight, and at the end he will get pain. Okay, the third one is diet with full of vegetables. Why vegetables? Because vegetables have lot of anti-toxic, anti-contamination properties. They will decrease all toxic materials from your blood, your body, your tissues, and your knee will become fresh and healthy. And the also most important, Indian people do squatting. Indian people do sitting on the floor. They think they give respect to the samne wala, the front person, by sitting on the floor, but that sitting on the floor habit, cross leg habit, gives lot of knee problems. And we have to inform all people, old people, don't sit on the floor. It is not at all good for your knee. Okay, and also your diet should be full of calcium and protein like paneer. You can eat fish also if you're non-vegetarian. In vegetable people, fruit, vegetables is very important. So if I can summarize the thing: regular exercise, weight control, diet full of vegetables, protein and calcium, and avoid sitting on the floor is best for preventing the pain in the future.
What you would say on the asanas and pranayams what we have in yoga? Because maximum are in a sitting posture. So do you say we must not go for those kind of pranayams and asanas when we have to do a cross leg posture or a lotus posture and all? Will they affect our knee in an adverse way, or will they be useful?
Look, those who are practicing asana and pranayam since the age of 30, 40, they can sit on the floor till the age of 60, 70, no problem. But those who have started after age of 50, like I want to go yoga, I want to do asana, for them, sitting on the floor in the early part of the exercise is very bad. First, they have to practice asana, pranayam, or stretching exercise, stretching yoga for 1 year.
Proper warm-up.
Once their joint become flexible and strong, then they can start sitting on the floor. Starting with the sitting on the floor, I would not recommend from the orthopedic point of view. Though people are sitting in the gardens, I can see when I'm traveling. But starting your yoga with the sitting on the floor in the age of 50 is no, no, no.
Okay, okay. For early symptoms on knee joint or knee problems, what home remedies you would suggest? Like, the moment my knee joint pain starts, so as an audience wants to know what they can do at home. Like what can be done at home to relieve that pain. Like, people have a habit of doing a hot fermentation or cold fermentation. Garam pani se sek liya, namak dal ke sek liya, ya baraf se sek liya and all that. So what would be your take on that? home remedies can be done at home.
Okay. 99% of the knee pain goes with the ice. 99%.
Okay.
1% people have allergy to ice. Allergy means there will be no allergy in the body, but allergy in the mind. They think putting ice on the knee will cause them cold. Putting ice on the knee will do something bad to him. In that cases, hot is advisable. Otherwise, 99% cases goes with the ice, and 100% acute cases. Acute means sprain, injury, acute pain with 100% will go with the ice, and other problems 99% will go with the ice. 1% people use hot water, and that is good for them because their mentality is cold is bad for them. Ice is bad for them. So for them, hot is also one of the option.
Okay, but scientifically, when we need to go for hot and when we need to go for cold, is there any specific thumb rule for that? Or it's only when it's acute, you have to go for cold. When it is chronic, you have to go for hot. Is it something like this? On any kind of inflammation pain, we can go with either.
Okay. Inflammation. If there's inflammation, it means it is acute. 99%.
Okay.
Then cold is always good. Cold is always good. But if you see knee pain is a chronic problem. Knee pain is a chronic problem, but it is acute on chronic. Means every day you are walking, you are causing damage to the knee, and that will cause pain to the knee. So it is acute on chronic. So acute on chronic is actually acute, but on the chronic. So it will, ice will help. Ice will help.
Ice will help. And what about osteoarthritic people, aged people, who are not going for any kind of activity and all, and they have the pain in the knees? They should do hot or they should go for cold? Lots of confusion among people. That is I'm asking.
All acute cases always use ice because inflammation sets low with the ice. Hot is only good for chronic cases like back pain, but for knee is actually acute, always acute, always acute. Because if it is chronic, then it is acute and chronic, not only chronic. So ice is good for knee, but those people who are not happy with the ice can go with the hot and they will get good relief.
And what about alternate hot, cold? Like, lots of physios and all, they do advise. Or even I have seen few orthos advising that. Start with hot, then cold, then hot, then cold. That contrast.
Why? Because the reason behind that, a person will get habitual with the thing which he is more comfortable. So suppose he is taking morning mein hot and evening mein cold, or ulta, the thing like hot or cold which is giving him more relief, he will get used to that and he will stop the other one. So in the next visit he will go to physio. जब मैं बर्फ लगाता है, जब when I am putting my ice, I am getting good, better. But when I am putting hot, I am not getting better. Then physio will tell, okay, you continue the ice. So it is for habit of the patient, identification of the patient, how patient is comfortable with the ice or cold or hot. Then we continue the thing which he is more comfortable with.
Okay. So basically any kind of inflammation जहाँ पे भी सूजन है, दिख रहा है कि सूज गया है, वहाँ पे हमको आइसिंग ही करना है as far as knee joint is concerned. और जहाँ पे हमें लग रहा है कि मसल रिलेटेड इश्यूज हो रहे हैं आसपास के जॉइंट के, तब हम गर्म से सेक सकते हैं to relax the muscles.
Yes.
Okay. And at what stage of a knee injury you would recommend a TKR kind of a procedure?
Okay. Look, TKR is actually total knee replacement is a very subjective and personal decision. A doctor can't decide when you want to go for TKR. Actually, patient decides, now my knee is not helping me, I want to replace it. Overall, in my practice, I have seen at the age of 58 to 64, this is the most common age to undergo TKR because the life of TKR is 20 years. And a normal human being think that he will live for 80 years. 60 में भी जा सकता है patient, but normal patient think कि मैं 75, 80 तो जीऊंगा. So if a patient,
77,
if patient is age of 58 to 60, if you do knee replacement, the new knee will last for 15 years. And this 15 years, the patient will be pain-free, happy life, very social and social meeting. He will do social meeting. He will meet people, and the meeting people, walking on feet creates a healthy nature healthy life. So what I suggest, the 58 to 64 age is the most common age of knee replacement. If patient's knee is destroyed, knee is osteoarthritic, knee is deformed, either varus or valgus, but the knee is problematic. So 58 to 64 age is a very ideal age for the knee replacement. Reason behind that, the new knee lasts for 15 years, 15 pain-free years. The pain-free is very important.
Okay. So for a person who has already undergone a TKR, what would be your say ki the chances of recovery? Like how fast he recovers in terms of all his day-to-day chores, like in terms of mobility, in terms of his activities,
Okay.
or he
Very good.
recovers completely once the knee is replaced.
Okay, very good questions for a general person, because when I will go to kitchen, when I'll go to garden, when I'll go to my office. Nowadays with advanced technology, what I am doing is, suppose you are getting admitted today in my hospital, I will do all blood test and everything. Tomorrow will be your surgery. So suppose Sunday you got admitted, Monday morning we'll do for surgery. A surgery lasts for at least 2.5 hours. If you do one knee,
Okay.
nowadays good technique, we are doing both knee together in one operation. So
Oh.
that lasts 4 hours. Either we do
Mhm.
one knee or two knee, both knee replacement. We make patients stand very next day. Like if you operate on Monday, you will be standing on your feet on Tuesday. You will be standing
Very
on your
good.
feet without any
Okay.
deformity, without any pain. On Wednesday, you will start walking. You will start
Mhm.
walking in the wards. And on Thursday, we
Okay.
discharge you from the. So
Okay.
Monday, I operate. Tuesday, you will stand. Wednesday, you will walk. And Thursday, we will discharge. Thursday, you will
Okay.
go home. And once you go home, it may take 10 days for suture removal. Nowadays, we do
Okay.
sutureless surgery. We don't put any sutures. So there is no need of suture
Okay.
removal. So on 10th or 12th day, your sutures will be out. And from 15th day, you can start going out of the home, either garden or your office or any social gathering or any official activity. My patients, ladies patients, start doing kitchen activity after 10 days. After 10 days, they start doing kitchen. And everything pain-free take 15 to 20 days. Like your stitches are out, your dressing is out, and you are free for bathing, free for roaming, free for everything. So you can consider 20 days is the last day of everything. Means you get disconnect with doctor in 20 days.
Okay. So I would just say कि in short कि maximum एक महीने के बाद a person will have like कि मेरा knee normal हो गया है. Like the way it
Yes.
was there before.
Yeah,
In a month the person
better than
completely
before.
recovers.
Better than before.
Okay. So before that only a person will have a normal routine. जैसे हम
Yes.
youngsters के knees होते हैं वैसे हो जाएंगे.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Vijay. It was really nice talking to you. And on behalf of MMTSL, would like to thank you for sharing a very insightful experience on all your expertise about knees and joints. Thanks a lot for coming on this platform. For any medical and
Thank you.
wellness assistance, please do approach to us at MMTSL. Thank you. Thank you.